Hey guys, we are starting a new unit on probability. This is the very last thing that we need to learn this year. This is a seventh grade unit, and so for honors kids, this is the last thing that you have to tackle for the year for math. So I was really hoping we would be back to school to be able to do this probability unit together in person because there's lots of fun hands-on things you can do, but unfortunately, that's not the case. So we're going to make the best of it. And yeah, we'll get through it. Hopefully, we'll still be able to do a fun little project. I'm working on what that'll look like from home. So stay tuned. So, our first probability lesson is about sample space. So, this is your Google Slides. I went ahead and just attached the notes and I'm going to talk through them here. Some people have been asking me, I do the format this way because of when I'm attaching your assignment, that's the paper size, is 8 by 11. So I know it looks a little different from normal PowerPoint or Google Slide presentations, but if you're having trouble seeing it, just go to your little magnifying glass here and you can click to make it bigger, okay? And then you can go back to your little arrow and that'll get you off of the magnifying glass so it doesn't get any bigger. Or you can still make it 200% if you want. I think I'm actually gonna make it that big to talk through this. So sample space is describing all the possible solutions of an event. So sample space can be displayed with lists, tables, or tree diagrams, and to determine the probability of simple or compound events. So sample space is just listing out all your possible solutions of an event. So a simple event would be like the New England Patriots against the Dallas Cowboys, and we want to know the possible outcomes of the game. Well, the Patriots can win or the Cowboys can win. There's only two outcomes, so that's a simple event. Another simple event would be rolling a number cube. That's just a dice. Anytime you see the words number cube, that's a dice. So there's 1 through 6 on a dice, and so the possible outcomes, there's 6 possible outcomes. A compound event is when you have two things going on, or it could even be 3 things, 4 things. For this, we're just going to do 2. So for breakfast, Jamie can choose from cereal, eggs, or a muffin. She also can drink coffee, orange juice, or milk. What are all of the possible outcomes, and how many total outcomes are possible? So I made a list of all the possible outcomes. So she can have basically the best way to think about it. She can have food, she can have a drink. So she can have cereal with coffee, cereal with milk, cereal with orange juice. Or she can have eggs with coffee, eggs with milk, eggs with orange juice. Same thing with a muffin. Muffin with coffee, muffin with milk, muffin with orange juice. Each one of these is an outcome. That's a possible outcome. So then I just count them. I count each row. So there's 3 there, 6, 9. 9 total options that she can have for breakfast. And then over here, they have a student is signing up for their classes, very similar to what you guys just did before we left for spring break, which seems like a lifetime ago. But this student can choose between Spanish or German, so they get to pick a language. That's their first choice. And then their second choice is an elective. They can have art, music, or theater. What are all of the possible outcomes, and how many total outcomes are possible? So I abbreviated here just to make it easier, okay? She can have Spanish with art, Spanish with music, Spanish with theater. She could have German with art, German with music, German with theater. So again, each row is an option. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 possible outcomes. So those are lists. The other option is a tree diagram, and I'm gonna zoom back out just a little bit here so you can see my full thing. So a tree diagram looks like this. It's a tree. It has branches. So these are just notes. This is not part of the tree diagram, but you have your first choice, Spanish or German. She's gonna pick which track she's gonna go down. Then her second choice is the elective. She has art, music, or theater. She could also choose German with art, music, or theater. So each branch represents an option for the student that's signing up for her classes. And so then you count this bottom row to see how many total outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 possible outcomes. That's the same thing we got there. It was the same scenario as this list. I just wanted to show you what a tree diagram looks like. So you have your first options of whatever that first event is, and then the second event. You draw the branches for the second event. Okay? This is the first time you've ever seen this. So if it's a little confusing, that's okay. Hang in there. Tree diagrams can be confusing, and I wish that we were in my classroom so that I could show you a little bit easier. But I'm going to give you another example to do on the next slide, and then your Google assignment. So I'm going to add another slide here. But then your Google assignment is actually going to be on a Google form this week. So just click that link and it's going to take you straight to the Google form. And you're going to answer just 5 little probability questions. Okay? As always, email me if you have any questions. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.